Cortana, all I need to know is did we lose them?
I think we both know the answer to that.
We made a blind jump. How did they...
Get here first? The Covenant ships have always been faster. As for tracking us all the way from Reach, at light speed my maneuvering options were limited.
We were running dark, yes?
Until we decelerated, no one could have missed the hole we tore in subspace. They were waiting for us on the far side of the planet.
So, where do we stand?
Our fighters are mopping up the last of their recon picket now, nothing serious. But I've isolated approach signatures for multiple CCS-class battle groups. Make it 3 capital ships per group. And in about 90 seconds, they'll be all over us.
Well, that's it then. Bring the ship back up to Combat Alert Alpha. I want everyone at their station.
Everyone, sir?
Everyone. And Cortana. Let's give our old friend a warm welcome.
I've already begun.
Hey everybody, Josh here, back again today with a brand new YouTube video. So today we're talking about why G4TV failed. So this is going to be an article by the Washington Post. It's by Nathan Brayson. So as you guys know, I'm a massive fan of video games. I've played video games ever since the NES days, the N64 days. I even had an original Xbox, PlayStation 2, and then I had the PS3, I had the Xbox 360, or at least it was my brother's console. My family's had pretty much every single video game console ever since, and so I'm well versed in the realm of video games. I actually had my parents get a different TV package so that way I could actually watch G4TV as a kid. You know, I basically came home every single day after high school and did nothing besides watch G4. And so when it actually collapsed the very first time, I was really bummed because then I wasn't going to be able to watch Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb, Kevin Barrera, who I actually really liked on that channel. All these really big mainstream sort of media personalities that I actually grew up loving and respecting in the video game industry. And that was before the age of YouTube. And I actually went to my first gaming convention, which was basically the only reason I found out about it was because of G4. That might actually be a different video for another time, but I think that G4TV was a major part of my life. And so when I found out that they were actually rebooting G4 and that actually some of the original cast members were going to be coming back along with new personalities, I was relatively excited for the fact they were going to be rebooting sort of the G4TV namesake, because I really do think that even in this day and age, a rebooted G4 could actually work if they got back the original cast, if they got back some of the original crew, and kind of made it the same thing that it was, but a little bit different for the modern era. And that's kind of what they did, but at the same time, they also ruined it by getting to SJW politics. They had this person, Frostgaren, on Twitter, or Frosk as people like to call her, and she basically went on this massive sexism gaming rant, which I don't really think has any place in terms of video games and stuff. I had made my own videos on that in the past, and I've kind of sided with it a little bit, but at the same time, I kind of changed my own viewpoints, and I don't think that with the era of everybody can broadcast video games, everybody can record and create their gaming content based on their favorite video games and movies as well, which is basically how I created this channel. I don't think the G4 company itself is relatively necessary anymore, and I think G4 is a relic of a bygone era where everybody kind of just sat down on the couch, watched a whole bunch of really cool comedy bits, which G4 did have at the time, watched a whole bunch of reviews, basically talking about the latest news in terms of video games and movies, which is where I found Chris Score, who's actually following me on Twitter, and some of these really cool personalities that were a part of that series at the time. But after the whole Frost rant, that which tanked any viewership that they kind of had left, Adam Sessler's constant sort of screaming about Donald Trump on Twitter, which I really don't get into politics that much on Twitter. I might state my political opinions from time to time, but I really don't like discussing politics because I really don't think that it really adds anything, and it kind of just divides people in terms of sort of their beliefs. And I think that two people can have widely different beliefs in terms of politics and entertainment and still be friends. I've always kind of had that belief system, and so I don't really know why they felt the need to kind of get into politics to kind of have these personalities that kind of ruin their perception of who this company was. And it didn't help that Adam Sessler basically wished death on his fellow family members who actually voted a different way than him. I think that's kind of cowardly and pointless to not have that discussion of why they voted a different way than him, or kind of just try and get along with these people. But that made me kind of lose respect of Adam Sessler, and I don't think Morgan Webb or even some of the other cast members that used to be involved with G4 but aren't there saved their career by not joining back with G4 again. I think that once G4 originally quit the first time, that was pretty much the beginning of the end. And now we're in the digital age where, like I said before, anybody can pick up a camera, anybody can basically start shooting videos and editing content for YouTube and making a living basically talking about the same things that I am on this channel. And I just don't think it's necessary anymore to kind of listen to figureheads talk the video industry. I think it's really necessary to listen to voices like myself or other channels out there who speak their mind, who kind of edit content and basically tell you guys how things are in terms of video game industry. I don't sugarcoat my videos. I don't have somebody else play a video game and then, talk about it on this channel. Any review that I found is something that I've actually played and talked about seeing certain theaters or even own in terms of my physical collection. And so I think that's one of the things that really did peeve me the wrong way, is the fact that they don't even actually, play the video games they're talking about. They're actually just basically actors. They have somebody else in a room basically playing, recording these gameplays, and then just editing it down with a review on their channel. And so I think that really destroyed the magic that was G4. I think a lot of the political ideologies really destroyed it. I think that a lot of the pivoting in the past, especially from being everybody's welcome in this environment to bashing video gamers, that really kind of destroyed what G4TV was in the past, which basically everybody watched it who had necessary connections to do so. And so that's kind of the reasons why I don't feel bad that G4TV died. I took a while to talk about this on my channel because I have a vested interest in G4. I come home every single day after high school and basically watch it, ignore my homework, or even kind of doing my homework aside, and just binge watching through G4, whether that's Attack the Show or X-Play. I really loved X-Play at the time. And so it basically went downhill the first time when DirecTV went the more cable-friendly route and started doing more reality TV shows on there, and it just kind of went downhill from there. So I'm not going to make this a huge, incredibly long video just because of the fact that Chris Score did a really good documentary called Attack the Doc. So if you really want to get the rundown of that, definitely go check his channel out, as well as check out the documentary he kind of made. But I just want to document my own opinions on the fall of G4. I'm really disappointed about some of the comments that Adam Sessler made on the internet. I'm disappointed about Frost rant. It was one of the things that if I was going to be checking it out, it basically killed any interest I had in checking out G4TV, especially the rebooted brand, in the near future. So let me know in the comment section down below. Do you guys think that Frost was right for doing what she did? Do you think she's not right? Do you think that G4TV was right in turning its back on gamers and the people that kind of made its legacy, kind of like myself? Do you think that they were right in doing what they did? Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of the fall of G4TV. And as always, guys, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
He flew pretty good.
Chief, get inside. Gear up. We're taking this fight to the surface.